Alright, like I said, we are going to be looking at exterior angles today. So what I need you to write down is what a regular polygon is. So regular polygon, regular. When I put that in front of polygon, what does that mean? That means we have congruent sides and congruent angles. Okay? I'll zoom in a little bit more. And if I need to, let's do this so you can see that better. Now, what is a polygon? It's a shape, and it's a shape with many sides. So it's a many-sided figure. Yeah, we like to use the fancy words. But that is a shape, right? Okay, and there was two that we talked about. And those two were what we worked with the other day were all convex polygons. The easiest polygon I know how to make is, besides a square or triangle, is a hexagon. Okay. If I extend each side, if I extend it like I could, like a shower curtain rod or something, how you can extend them? Okay, if I could do that with these sides, each side, you will see that none of them will go inside the interior of the hexagon. And that is why it is called convex. Okay? And so also from this we can see the exterior angles. If you notice, there's only one exterior angle per side. So how many exterior angles should I have on a hexagon? Just 6. So we have one here, here, here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If this is a regular hexagon, each one of these angles measures what? How would I figure that out? One exterior angle is equal to what? Well, what do all of them add up to? 360. What can I do to 360 just to find the one exterior? Divided by how many sides you have. How many sides do we have?
6.
We have 6 because it's a hexagon. And 360 divided by 6 is 60, and I put a degree symbol. Okay? And that's how to find one exterior, because we know they all add up to 360. The next one we're going to look at is a concave. Okay, so a concave polygon, excuse me, can look like so. On this one, when I extend all the sides, if you look at the sides I've just done, all of them are staying on the exterior. But then these last two, you see that they go inside the polygon. And I'll highlight those. So these two sides right here extend to the inside, which makes this a concave polygon. Like you saw in the video, he talked about how it's a negative. So like right here is a negative angle. We're not going to go over that. You're not going to be tested on it or anything, so don't worry, okay? But that's what he was saying, that this right here would be the negative angle, and then if you add up all these other exterior angles, they would add up to 360, okay? Alright, now what I would like you to do, once you finish copying this, is get your worksheet out that I just handed you. I'll wait for some people to finish up. So again, what did we find the other day? What were we looking for the other day? What kind of angles? Interior. That's inside, right? The figure. Now we're looking at exterior. So, I'm going to put this down. And what's the one thing we know for sure about exterior angles? They add up to 360. So put that at the top of your paper. The sum of exterior angles is 360 degrees. That's for any and every polygon, okay? So if we look at this worksheet, it says find the measure of one exterior angle for each regular polygon. So it's regular. That's one of our words. Regular means that all sides are the same and all angles are the same, okay? And we're looking just for one exterior angle, okay? So if we look at the triangle, how am I going to just find one exterior angle of the triangle? Take 360 and divide it by 3. Very good. And y'all have a calculator. What would that give me? 120 degrees. Okay? It gets a little bit more complex because what if we're talking about a pentagon? How many sides do we have on a pentagon? 5. So what is that going to give me? Make sure you put the little degree sign. Let's skip that one. Let's go to I think all of these are going to give, let's go to, octagon. So 360 divided by 8. What is it?
45.
Alright. So you should be able to do the rest, okay? Let me go down to now number 2. Because numbers 2 through 5, you're pretty much going to work these out the same. Actually, I'm not going to do 2 and 3. I'm going to do number 4. Alright, so number 2, you're missing one of the exterior angles, right? So this is just the case, and what do? Take 360, and what do you do with the rest of these angles? Add them up and subtract them from 360, and that will give you your missing angle, right? So on Number 2, make sure you write x equals. Number 3, make sure you put m equals and let me know what you get, okay? And it's both of those are a degree, so make sure you put the little degree symbol. But let's look at number 4 now. Number 4 is a little different because we're not just searching for one variable. We have 2x and an x, right? We have 2 missing angles, exterior angles. But what do we know about all 4 of these exterior angles? Yeah, they add up to 360. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take 95 plus 85 plus x plus 2x and set that equal to 360. Okay? So I've just wrote out an equation. You know, you can simplify this even before you write it out. I can see all my like terms over here, right? 85 and 95 is a like term, correct? What does that give me? It gives you what? 180. And then, oops, sorry. And then plus, so all these are like terms, and then plus, and then I have 2x and 1x. What does that give me? Equals, it's 3x, and that equals to 360, right? Alright, so now I have a two-step equation. I'm going to subtract 180 from both sides. So 180 minus 180. What's 360 minus 180? 180, very good. So 3x equals 180. Divide both sides by 3, and we get, you get 60. And you don't have to put a degree on this, okay, because over here it's 2x, so it's just 60. You're going to work number 5 the same way, okay? So, what's the only thing you really need to know about exterior angles? They add up to 360. That's all you need to know. Easy. Let's turn the paper over. And it's the interior angle extra practice, just kind of getting us to figure out, or to review. So, because we're going to have a quiz today at the end of class, the last 30 minutes of class or so. And there's only 6 questions, not too difficult. Most of it's about interior angles and a couple of problems on exterior, okay? So these are good questions because these are the type of ones you're going to see on the quiz. So it's good that we're going over this, especially for those of you that weren't here last class. First of all, how do I know what it's asking me? Well, what is the measure of all interior? So I know right then and there we're talking about the inside of the polygon. And remember, that doesn't have one set rule. It doesn't just add up to one measurement, where, remember, the exterior does, but the inside does not. So interior angles in a regular polygon, a regular octagon. First of all, we know if it says regular, it's also, when it says regular, we know it is convex. And we know that all sides are congruent and all angles are congruent. So how am I going to find the measure of all interior angles of a octagon? How many sides does an octagon have? 8. Does anybody remember how to find the sum of interiors? Yes, it's the number of sides minus 2 times what? 180. Okay. One other thing we want to find is, how do you find the measure of one angle? Whoops, I don't know why I did that. How do we find the measure of one angle? Okay, that's for exterior though. But for interior, we're going to take the total, the sum of the interiors, and then I'm going to divide it by something. What am I going to divide it by? Well, for this one I would do 8, right? But for any of them, it's just the number of sides, okay? So this is how I would find the measure of one angle. This is how I would find the sum of all the interior angles, okay? And I should put 1 right here. Should be interior, so you know. That was my mistake. All right, so since we want to know the measure of all, we're going to take the number of sides, which is
8
minus 2 times 180. You can just put that in the calculator, right? Uh, 8 minus 2 is?
6.
So, and then times 180. 1,080 what? Degrees. And there's our answer. Okay? And then now it says, what is the measure of each interior angle in a regular octagon? So what are we going to do with it? We've already done half the work, right? So now we want to, what are we going to do with that 1,080? Divided by the number of sides, which octagon, of course, has 8.
135.
And it's going to give us, everybody agree with that, 135 degrees? 135 degrees for 1. Okay. So you're going to do 3 and 4 on your own. And number 5, I'm going to let you know right now, there is a question like number 5 on your quiz. But I'm not going to tell you how to do it right now. But this is how many sides does a polygon have if the sum of the interior angles is 3,420. Guys, I'll give you one hint. Use this equation right here, or this expression. Because what is this going to equal to? We already know what this is going to equal to, right? So you can use that and solve. So you're going to use this here at the bottom. I'll zoom out so you can see what I just did. You're going to use this for this expression for number 5 to solve, okay? I want you to try to do it on your own because you'll remember it that way. If I tell you how to do it, you're going to forget when you get the quiz. Okay? All right. Good luck.